phase linear gear. Ooh. Evan in New York City writes to me. He says, "Hey, Paul, I am a 19-year-old." Yes, yes, Evan, 19 years old. Good job, dude. See, I'm hip, man, because I call you dude. Good job. I mean, look, I'm sorry. There's not that many 19-year-old people that are into high-end audio, and good for you. I'm impressed. 19 years old. I won't tell you if you want to know what I was doing at 19 years old, go get my book, 99% True, and find out. I'd be embarrassed to tell you. All right. And he's from New York City, and over the past year or so, he's been collecting and selling vintage audio equipment. Cool. One brand of equipment I keep gravitating towards is phase linear, especially the higher power models, the 400, 700, etc. What's your take on the brand, and would you say they are a worthy investment? Thanks, Evan. Well, phase linear was my first love. Oh, I won't tell you what I had for that, because that would be not allowed on YouTube. But I was jonesing for a phase linear 400 for the longest time. Those big meters on, that thing was, for a solid state amplifier, it was wicked cool. That was designed by Bob Carver. Phase linear was the first company that engineer and physicist Bob Carver had started. And it was back in my day, it was the bomb. I'll tell you what, it was excellent. He used a lot of high voltage television transistors. They were used in TVs. Bob's always got a deal. When Bob Carver started working, when I was at Genesis with Arnie, and we needed a big mid-range driver, something about that big, just a single ribbon driver, we went to Bob Carver. Why? Bob Carver had gone to, he loves surplus stuff, so he'd gone to Boeing Aircraft Company, he lives out in Seattle, and bought a warehouse full of neodymium magnets. And now he was trying to figure out what the hell to do with these magnets. And so when Arnie and I came to him, he goes, we're going to build a mid-range driver, because you need lots of magnets for that. And it was gorgeous. It was in our Gen 1. I mean, he is a character. I love Bob Carver. The stories I could tell. But I gotta tell you one. I don't think he does it anymore, but Bob used to wear a little toupee. And Arnie and I were sitting, Bob Carver, Arnie Nudell, and myself we were at Beaver Creek in Colorado, and Bob was out visiting. This one when we lived in Vail and running Genesis, and we're sitting outside. It was a lovely evening, having a glass of wine, and three nerds, waving our hands in the air and talking about audio and transistors. I've just some of the fondest memories I have. But Bob's wig had turned slightly, and he didn't know it. And we're sitting there just drinking wine, and I just, you ever seen somebody with like a little thing, a booger or something, and you can't take your eye off it, right? I mean, it's just like, and you want to say, but it's. And I couldn't even, I was laughing so hard. I finally, he fortunately got up and went to the bathroom and came back and it was all fixed up. But anyway, I don't know, how did I get off? Bob Carver. So yes, phase linear products. I didn't think much of their preamps and stuff, but their amplifiers, yeah, for their day, they were the bomb. Now, one thing you want to do is Bob never bypassed his power supply capacitors. So the big trick with the phase linear products was just pop the top, and you'll see the big cans in there. They're power supply capacitors, and you bypass them. If I remember right, they weren't even soldered. I think they were screwed in. Memory fails me. But what you want to do is get a 0.1 or a 0.2 film capacitor, and put that right across. It doesn't matter which way it goes because film capacitors don't have a polarity. So just go out and get a 0.1, get like something really good, a rel cap, or go to Parts Express. My good buddies over at Parts Express. Here's a plug for you. Go to buy all your stuff from Parts Express. Those guys are cool. They're out in Canada. And get yourself some really good Mundorfs or rel cap, best you can buy. 0.1s, and I know this sounds silly because you got a 10,000 mic capacitor and you're putting a 0.1 in parallel with it. Just put it right across the plus and the minus. Do it for every single one. You won't believe the difference. It's called bypassing the power supply capacitors. We do it every power supply capacitor every electrolytic in any of our circuits comes with a bypass cap. And look, none of us enjoy spending money that we don't think matters. That doesn't make any sense to you. You didn't even know it, right? So when we build PS Audio products, we put in parts that matter sonically. And we don't tell you about it. And we don't like to spend money that we don't have to. But it really, really works. All right, Evan, I've babbled on long enough. Probably get some hate mail from Bob. Good luck out there. Take it easy.